doing volunteer work in Rio. It's not like I need her, but I would love to meet her. Another day, another dollar, another phone with another feature. I don't play goalie, but I'm my brother's keeper. Surrounded by family, I'm not with other people. They say I got my pop's demeanor and mother's features. The garden's still private as ever. The gang thriving together. Your boy striving to be the most dominant ever. The hardest white boy since the one who rapped about vomiting sweaters and holding comments. Cause I promise you I'm honestly better than whoever came to your head right then. They ain't cut from the same thread like him. They don't study doing work to get ahead like him. They don't toss and turn in a bed like him. Cause they don't love it. They don't love it. They don't love it. They don't love it. They don't love it.
We are at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Green Bay Packers. 2 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Olave motioning to the left. In his 7th season now, here's Alvin Kamara. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
From the 31, here's a second down and 9. And now Carr changing the formation. Second down, and it's Kamara again. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 17 there, and a New Orleans first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
93.
Carr now on first down. There's Chris Olave. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So into Packer territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now it's Kamara in the passing game. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be second down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
From the 35, here's a second and 8. Now a play fake. Carr. He gets it to Thomas. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
1 yard gain brings up second and 9 at the 16-yard line.
And now they'll shift things around. Kamara gets it again on second down. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well. So your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
Loving the Packers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Black shot. Blaster, stay.
To throw now. Here's Love. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
A guy coming off a career high in rushing yards last year. Here's Aaron Jones. And this will be a Packers 1st down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. To pass, here's Jordan Love. That's caught by the rookie, Jaden Reed. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Clock running here, under a minute to go now in the 1st quarter of a 3-0 game. And now Love going to change things up.
Steel, black. Black Ultra. Hut, hut.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Love. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. The Packers are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind is certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Rail. Fly through. Yellow, go. Claws red. Set.
Love looking to throw it. Flush to his right. Oh, a dangerous pass there, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, Charles, you got a quarterback out of the pocket trying to make a play, and you get it, but instead he ends up throwing it to the other team.
And partners, we know to be successful in this league, number one, you're going to have to be able to make plays on the perimeter or when the pocket breaks down. But number two, you got to make smart decisions with the football. And that time, that simply was not a smart decision.
Big Kenny Clark that time pushing upfield to make the tackle for loss.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now Carr throwing on second down. Looking long for Thomas. And that's caught inside the 35. Inside the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Lutz with the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. In motion right, Dobbs. They'll throw again. Here's Love on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
6, mega, yellow, zoom. Set.
On 3rd down, Love. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Love going to stay out there. They'll take a chance on 4th down.
Green jack. Red, cycle. Striker.
They're going to try and throw. That's complete to Dobbs. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down. And it is a big letdown there defensively. They somehow allowed to convert on 4th and long.
Brandon, I have one word for you after that completion for a 1st down.
Lucky?
Analytics.
Well, the analytics say they punt the football there.
So we're changing to analytics as we go, right? What a big-time play for them. And really took a big-time chance.
Yeah, big-time first half chance.
Smack.
Quick slant to Watson. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Over 600 yards and a rookie receiver, best 7 touchdowns in 2022. Not a shabby debut for Watson, but the Packers need to develop into a #1 for one of the league's youngest and least experienced receiver rooms.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now a 2nd down throw for Love here. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 39 yards there, a big one.
As always, no rooting interest here, but that was pretty, wasn't it? To see him break through and then pick up his stride.
Yeah, the guy carrying the ball loves it. I think the O-line, they might like and take more satisfaction out of those runs than anybody else, though, right?
Without a doubt, because they're the ones that often have created it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
29.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Play action. Now it's Carr. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. He got 29 yards that time. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Carr to throw. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints are able to widen their advantage. Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
Here we go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Yellow.
And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Reed. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready.
Love now on second down.
And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up third down.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
Claws red.
Throwing. Love. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
From the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. The Shaheed going to go in motion.
694.
Carr. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Express. You're mine.
On play action, now Carr gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
93. 93. Express.
The Shaheed going to go in motion.
618. Later 2. 734.
Now Carr. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
On play action, it's Carr. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top.
These two teams go through their final adjustments. It's about time for the second half in Green Bay. So for the call, we go back up to Lambeau and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the 3rd quarter.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive? on that play sheet for any of those coordinators. They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Jordan Love ready on first down here. And he's taken down here by the Saints. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
In motion right, Dobbs. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 46 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Jones. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Yellow. Ready?
Love. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down. In motion right, Dobbs. Love now. On the out route, Dobbs brings it in. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
Let's go now.
Jones. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. 2nd down, Love. And it'll be intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They run it again with Kamara. And now off to the races down the right side. Now he's free up the right sideline. Now look out. Alvin Kamara. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his first rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Down.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
That's good for a Green Bay Packer. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
First down, going to the air with Love. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And now a hook up downfield on 2nd down. And it's a Packers touchdown. Romeo Doubs, 62 yards. And the Packers are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Anders Carlson now for the point after. It's up and good, and it makes it 27-7 now.
The score, Saints 27, Packers 7. Anders Carlson to kick off for the Packers.
So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
At their own 14-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr eluding the pressure right. The ball comes out, and this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to their football. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. They'll give to Kamara here on the option. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. In motion right, Olave. Now a play fake. Carr. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard strike. They'll try and run the option. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. And Shaheed going to go in motion. Here's Carr. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. Here comes the Saints punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
Ready.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation.
And now here's another interception.